Okay, everyone, hello, and welcome. What is going on, everyone? Phil here live on the stream. Welcome to my first of two fun gameplay streams today. Today is Thursday, September 5th, 2019. Hope everyone is doing well today. And hope everyone is ready for a fun day full of gameplay streaming, of course. So, in regards to that, some more definitive information on what we'll be doing today. And there's still, hilariously, there's still confusion about stuff today. So, before we even get into anything regarding pretty much, anything important, let's talk about the schedule today so you know what I'm doing. So, this first gameplay stream, which it always was going to be, it's going to be Control. Okay, this is going to be me continuing on with my Control playthrough that I've been doing for the past week. I've really enjoyed this game so far. We're about 12 hours into it. And I just unlocked the levitation ability. The levitation ability allows you to fly upwards and hover forwards, and allows you to basically get to the side content of the game. Without levitation, it's very hard to reach any of the side content. Now it looks like I should be able to reach most of it. And so I got a couple ideas of a couple places I want to go and look for side content to start off here. And then we're going to continue on with the story. Now, what's funny is people told me that this game was only 10 hours long. Obviously not the case. At least if you're looking for side content and you're actually trying to have fun with the game and you're not rushing through it, people were completely wrong. Now, the question is, how long is it? I don't know. We may finish this today. I don't know how much is actually left in the story of the game. But last time that I played, someone was like, yeah, people basically grossly underestimate how long the game is because of some reviewers who basically panned it. And some other people were like, oh, well, I beat the game in 11 hours and I did 100% completion. I'm like, what the fuck? So did you skip the whole story then? Like, no, really. Did you, not read any of the documents and skip the whole story and just run through doing the gameplay elements? Because if that's the case, then maybe you could do that. But I haven't really dilly-dallied that much in my playthrough. It's been me reading all the stuff that I come up against and, the combat and puzzles and optional bosses. I fought 2 optional bosses now. And, continuing on, I don't know how many more there are, but I'm digging it, all right? So we're going to take our time. We're not 100% going to try to rush through this game and finish it up, although there is new stuff, obviously, on the horizon to check out. I don't want to rush through it. I really like the game, so we'll see. Today, we'll see how far we get. Maybe I'll beat it today. Who knows? Maybe we'll only get a little bit more into it. I don't know, because I can't really trust how long the game is from what people have said. It seems like there's complete disagreements on how long the game is, all right? But anyway, Control, continuing on today. Maybe we'll beat it today. Who knows? Okay? Who knows? It looks like Gorgeous George just said, on howlongtobeat.com, it says 11 hours for the main campaign, 15 hours main if you do, and then if you do some extra, 23 hours if you go for a full 100%. Well, there you go. Okay. Now, later tonight, everyone, this is where I want to try to tell you guys exactly what's going on the late stream tonight, because there's a lot of confusion and people are not agreeing whatsoever. So I'm going to lay down the law here on what I'm doing later tonight. So tonight's late stream, which is around 6:45 p.m. Pacific time, was up in the air. It was either going to be the premiere of Gears of War 5, or it was going to be Black Ops 4 Blackout. And I basically said it's going to be dependent on if the game's available or not. I have the Xbox Live, or Xbox Gold Ultimate Game Pass, that basically is the one that covers everything. Covers consoles, covers PC, covers every venue of Microsoft games, alright? And it was supposed to be that Gears 5, originally, you get advanced access, early access, and it was supposed to come out tomorrow. So originally I said, I guess, we'll wait, because tomorrow I'm off from streaming, so we'll play it on Saturday when I get back from streaming. It'll be what we do all day. Then people were like, no, Phil, you get it early. You get it even earlier. You could play it Thursday night, okay? So all week I'm like, okay, I guess we'll play it Thursday night. Now I get told you can't play it Thursday night. The way that it works is that it's going to go live at 9 p.m. local time. Now, I know this fucking sounds weird. 9 p.m. local time. It goes live and unlocks on your Xbox, even if you have it installed. And so, for me, my stream starts at 6:45, and I stream till around 9. you know, it wouldn't work for me. I'm not going to be able to play it. Now, some people are disagreeing and saying, oh, that's not the case. No, you can play it whenever. First of all, if you could change your Xbox One's time to think you live in New Zealand, and you could have played the game yesterday. But then also, you could, if it's set to East Coast time, you should still be able to play it. But I'm like, what? How does that even work? How does that even make any sense? That if you set the time on your console to be a certain time that you're able to play it, it doesn't make any sense at all. Okay? So there's no, like, consistent explanation as to when the fucking thing unlocks and when you can play it. Alright? I wish there was. But it seems everyone's super confused about when the hell Gears 5 is available. Honestly, it wasn't even supposed to be available till tomorrow anyway, but apparently this is like an early unlock that they're doing. And now it's just not, you know, it's not set, and it's not, since it's not clear what's going on, alright, I don't want to promise something that I can't deliver on. And I'm also going to be very honest here. Even though I want to play Gears 5, all the reviews coming out are saying Gears 5's campaign is outstanding. Like, a huge improvement over Gears 4. They really tried hard to make the game better this time around. And they really wanted to make this game outstanding and kind of bring back the Gears franchise into prominence with this game. And a lot of reviewers are saying they actually succeeded with that. Okay? So I'm excited for that. I mean, that sounds good, because Gears 4 I thought was very lackluster. I played through it, and I was like, it's okay. You know, it was all right. But like I said many times during the playthrough, it kind of felt like what Halo did when Halo got bought out by Microsoft and ended up being developed by a different dev team, where it didn't feel like Halo. It felt like this is a bunch of fans of Halo trying to piece together a Halo game, right? And that's kind of what Gears 4 felt like. Man, you know, it doesn't really feel like it has the grittiness or that just original feel you get from a Gears game. It just felt like kind of like fans of Gears took the same game engine and tried to make a game out of it. All right. So that being said, the truth of the matter here is that even if I were to play Gears tonight, I feel that maybe it would kind of give everyone blue balls. And what I mean by that is I only have a 2-hour time frame to play at night. You know, it's a short stream. Now, it's a new game, and imagine you want to see me dive deep into the game and we only play a couple hours of it. It only gives you a little taste, and it might be kind of annoying, okay? So I think what we're going to do, guys, here's what we're going to do. Since, number one, there's confusion about when the hell Gears 5 is even available, and number two, because my late stream is a late stream and it's a short one, I think what we're going to do is we're going to hold off on Gears 5 until Saturday when I get back from my day off tomorrow. And I think it makes sense, although I know there's going to be people who are going to complain, and they're going to say, oh, man, you didn't play it immediately, and blah, 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 blah. I get it. Listen, be angry. That's fine. Be angry. But I think it's going to work out, because then I'm going to get, when I play it on Saturday, we're going to get 4 full hours. And here's the thing. I'm going to make, since today we're doing Black Ops 4 Blackout at night, I don't have to do it Saturday, so Saturday, the entire day, I can dedicate to Gears 5. I can play the campaign on my first stream, and then at night, I could do a 2-hour multiplayer stream. So we can actually get a good taste of the game, a full day of Gears, right? Of both sides of the game, because that's it. Gears, yes, has a robust campaign, but also has tons of multiplayer gameplay that, you know, you want to dive into as well. Okay? So I think that's what we're going to do. All right? So tonight, the late stream is going to be Black Ops 4 Blackout. It's going to be a more chill stream. It's going to be a good way to end, you know, my few days here that I've been streaming before my day off tomorrow. And then on Saturday when I come back from the day away, it's going to be all about Gears. All right? It's going to be Gears Mania. Gears-a-Palooza. And so hopefully you guys will be here on Saturday for that, because obviously I'm excited for it, and I want to see, you know, how the game is. I am intrigued by this time around, since the reports are that they really tried hard to make this you know, different from the last one, and I'm excited. Let's see what happens, all right? So, that's going to be Saturday then, okay, guys? So all day Saturday will be Gears. Sunday, Probably I'll do more Gears, unless we play Gears all day Saturday and we get kind of bored of it. But I'm thinking probably 2 straight days of doing the Gears campaign makes sense. So probably Sunday we'll do more Gears 5 campaign, and then Sunday night will be my weekly Minecraft chill stream. Okay? Monday, since we'll have 2 straight days of Gears, we'll mix it up. Alright? On Monday, we're going to probably either do Grand Theft Auto 4 or Control, and I'm leaning more towards Grand Theft Auto 4 since we're near the end of the game, and it looks very probable that when I play GTA 4 next, I'll be beating the game. Okay? So, GTA 4 on Monday, and that's a probable conclusion of the game. Okay? What are we doing Monday night? I'm not sure. Maybe we'll do more Gears 5 multiplayer, and in fact, I'm almost kind of leaning towards that's what we should do, since at that point I'll only have done 1 session of it. We'll probably do some more Gears 5 multiplayer Monday night, okay? Then on Tuesday, probably more Control, and if I don't beat Control today, I definitely see that as being the conclusion of Control, alright? I'm going to be streaming every day until Thursday of next week, so Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 5 straight full days of streaming, okay? And it's going to be a balance between all these games. Yes, there's going to be a lot of Gears, but there's going to be other things mixed in. Yes, there'll be chill streaming at night, FYI, for those who like the chill streams. Okay? Now, also, a few things. In the last few days, I finished up a lot of games. Alright? I finished up both horror games that I was playing, Man of Medan and Blair Witch, and I finished up Judgment last night. Yeah, Judgment, which I've been playing since June. Finally, after 55 hours of gameplay, I finished the game. So, all those playthroughs are fully available and watchable over on DSPGaming on YouTube. If you missed out on those conclusion streams, I strongly recommend you check them out. In particular, Judgment, really great game. The plot was really good at the end. It was a very fun stream last night. And it was a really... I said this last night, and I'll say it again. I'll actually feel like the summer of 2019 will always be synonymous with Judgment. Like, whenever I think back to this summer and the fun stuff that we did together on streams, I'm going to think about Judgment. It was the glue that held it all together, because it was a game we played for 2.5 months at a very relaxed pace, did a ton of content, had a ton of fun with the side missions. It was a really fun experience, and, you know, thanks to anyone who joined me for the summer of 2019 when Judgment was the main kind of, you know, theme running through all of it, okay? So please, give all that a look. Now, the one thing that I have not mentioned in a while, alright, and I know some people are asking for it. In fact, there's someone in stream chat right now incessantly asking about it, so I'm going to address it. Dragon Quest Builders 2. I haven't played it in about 2 weeks, and people are wondering what happened to it. Nothing. I explained this all along, that Dragon Quest Builders 2 was going to be a playthrough that I played during basically kind of downtime or when there's no new releases, and I was going to have it built in as a stream that could be balanced with the new release content, alright? Now, the problem with Dragon Quest Builders 2 is it's a very, very, very chill game. It's an RPG with building elements, so it's kind of like the double whammy, right? People don't like watching me play JRPGs unless it's a very small niche audience that really likes everything that I do, and people don't really like building games unless they're considered a chill stream. Well, Dragon Quest Builders 2 is incredibly long, okay? And so because of that, I've been doing it as a main gameplay stream during the summer, but the past 2 weeks, I've been so busy with all these new releases, it hasn't happened, right? I haven't played it. So here's how we're going to approach it, alright? This coming week, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to play Dragon Quest Builders 2 as a late night stream one of the nights, maybe either Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday night. And we're going to see how it does as a late night chill stream. Alright? A lot of people asked me to do it as a late night chill stream to begin with. They were like, why didn't you just make that a chill stream? And I was like, well, because I had so many other ongoing things as chill streams, especially Judgment, that it was hard to have another chill stream game. Okay? So I think that's what we're going to do, is we're going to have games like, you know, Gears 5, Control, and Grand Theft Auto 4 as the main gameplay streams this week, and then Dragon Quest Builders 2 will end up being a night stream, at least once this week, okay? Now, I'm not saying that it's not going to go back to being a daytime stream. In fact, quite the contrary. There's not a lot going on, for about 2 weeks here in the middle of September. there's not that many new game releases. I mean, you got Borderlands 3 coming up, which I'm on the fence about playing. Quite frankly, I don't know if I'm going to play it. And there's also the Genesis Mini, but that doesn't come out till the 19th of September. So basically, we're going to have some dead time, and so maybe it'll be an opportunity to bring back Dragon Quest Builders 2 as a game that I balance with the other stuff that I'm doing during the daytime. Now, another thing that people are talking about, are you ever going to play Astral Chain? I have no idea. Let's see how this week goes, all right? And let's play it by ear. Let's see how stuff goes this week with Gears, with the other playthroughs. Let's see what we finish. Let's see by the end of this streaming week coming up, let's see where I am with everything. And then based on that, we could determine whether or not there's time for another major playthrough or not, or what happens. Okay? Fair enough? All right, now, guys. A few other things. FYI, please head over to the kingofhate.com forums. Please go to the general section and nominate your favorite moments of my 11 years as a content creator. The retrospective event will be coming up later this month where we sit back and relax and kind of enjoy reminiscing about the fun stuff that I've done in the past. I'll be doing, you know, commentary and behind the scenes information about all that stuff while we do it. It could include anything. It could be video game playthroughs. It could be unboxing videos. It could be other ongoing vlogging series like DSP Tries It or Cooking with the King. It could be travel vlogs that I've done. It could be game reviews that I've done. You know, there's a million videos I put out there in the past 11 years. So please nominate your favorites. In addition, this time around, I'll be picking some of my personal favorites of playthroughs and the like that I know are very entertaining to watch back. And we'll be watching some of those together, okay? Fair enough? Okay. So that's number one. Number two, FYI, guys, we hit the subscribers goal for the month of September. We're good to go. Like, thank you to everyone who was very supportive with that. People who gifted subs, people who subbed themselves. We hit the sub goal for September already, and it's this early in September, which is pretty outstanding and amazing, all right? So what that means is we're going to be doing the Halloween Horror Marathon. It means you guys are going to be nominating and voting on horror-themed games, all right, for said marathon. And it means you're going to be voting on the category of costume that I'll be wearing during the marathon, all right? Now, I'm not going to put any of that stuff up yet because I figure if I put up too much on the forums at once, people won't do too much on the next thing. The next thing that coming up is the retrospective. So let's get those nominations in for what you guys want to see on the retrospective. That's primary, first and foremost, the most important thing we need to focus on. And then, all right, then moving on, then we can worry about the Halloween stuff. Maybe the second half of September into October. That's when we'll start dealing with that stuff. Okay, guys? Fair enough? All right, so that's the schedule. That's the stuff going on the streams. There's one other thing I want to talk about before we move on. All right, so apparently there's this new feature on Twitch. I guess it's like channel loyalty points. It's a brand new thing they just started doing, and apparently some channels have already integrated it, and people have asked me about it, like, Phil, are you going to do it or whatever? I'm looking into it. In fact, the past couple days I've been discussing this behind the scenes with my moderation team about how could we implement these channel loyalty points. All right, so for those of you who don't know what this is, all right, what it means is I think it's based on a few criteria. I think number one is based on total watch time. So how long do you actually watch my streams? You accumulate points for how long you've been watching my streams. Okay? In addition to that, I believe there's something about like chat interactions, like how much you chat on the stream as well. So basically, being engaged in my streams is going to earn you what's called loyalty points to the channel. And we've actually been making some funny ideas about what we can call them. All right, and I think if we do implement this, again, don't quote me on this if we're going to do this yet, I don't know. But we're thinking about calling them penne points, Phil's penne points. Since it's a stupid meme, we might as well integrate it into something on the stream, all right? Phil's penne points. You earn them by watching or by interacting. Okay? That's right, I'm trademarking it. The penne points system. People love this already. They're going nuts. They say, you must do this. Phil's penne. I prefer a penne point. All right. So, as you earn penne points in the stream, you can use it. Well, I don't know if you can use them, but I think what happens is you hit a certain amount of accumulated points, you can get some things. So one thing that can happen is you can temporarily unlock an emote for free. So if you're a subscriber, you get access to all the emotes. But if you accumulate enough penne points, you'll be able to use a certain emote, or it could be one that I pick, or it can actually be just a randomly generated one out of all my emotes, for a certain period of time completely for free. Or, another thing that apparently you can do is you can get your message highlighted. So let's say you accumulate a certain amount of penne points, all right? You can now put up a message that'll be highlighted in the stream chat. So obviously, you know, there's some interesting things that can happen with this system. Now, there's already, it was hilarious because there's already strict rules in place about this. This system may not be used to give people monetary value or to hand out items. Like, I guess what they're saying is you can't use it to, like, give stuff out. You can't use it as, like, a gambling, you know, like, basically everything that would be completely regulated by law or illegal, they don't want you doing it. Essentially, they just want you doing virtual things. Like, emotes are okay, highlighting a message in stream chat's okay, but if you're talking about, oh, I'm going to give some money to the person with the highest engagement, or I'm going to give out an item, a giveaway, they don't want that. I guess what they're saying is that's going to cause a lot of problems on the stream, so I can't do stuff like that, okay? But I think this is sounding interesting. Now, I don't want to jump the gun. I know you guys think that it sounds pretty good, at least from this initial reaction I'm seeing in stream chat. We may start doing it soon, maybe even as soon as this weekend, the penne points system, all right? But let's give it a second here. Let's think about it. Again, I want to talk with my mods a tiny bit more about it before I implement it. We've been talking about it a little bit, and I'll let you know. But maybe this weekend, we'll turn on the system and figure out how it works. I got to figure out how you even do it. It's somewhere, obviously, in their partner settings or something. I don't know where. But it's somewhere there where I know you can enable it, and then I got to figure out how it works, okay? What I'm hoping is it's completely automatic. All right? That's not, oh, some manual system you got to fuck with. I hope not. I'm pretty sure it's got to be automatically integrated. So I got to just figure that out, and then we'll see what happens. But, you know, as of maybe later tonight, I could get a chance to look at it. But, you know, I'm off tomorrow, so maybe this weekend I'll have a little bit of extra time. I'll be able to look into it and try to figure it out, okay? Fair enough, guys? So it sounds interesting. It sounds like something that we could definitely implement for this busy gaming season coming up. You know, people are going to be coming by the streams for new releases and everything more often than they maybe usually do. And so having a cool point system in place may be a cool benefit and a way to get people more engaged, all right? Fair enough? All right, there you go. All right, so I covered all the news. There's a lot of news. I covered all the news, everyone. What I'd like to do now is move on to the plugs segment. Now, ladies and gentlemen, normally the plug segment would be this giant segment where I outline my history as a YouTuber and then a Twitch streamer and blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to do that today. Today, guys, I got to be very matter-of-fact with all of you. I got to be honest and down to earth with you because I really need your help right now. The bottom line is I don't like talking about this shit, but I got to talk about it now, all right? So here's the deal. Things have been going really good on streams recently. They have been. If you guys didn't know, the month of August was really good on stream. Like, things were really good. In particular, I know, you know, cheering as well as subbing was, like, a really good during the month of August. And I want to say thanks to all of you for that. It helped. It's going to help a ton once I actually get paid by Twitch this month. All right, I know it. I know that there was a big increase in contributions in August, and I'm really appreciative of that. All right, but I don't get paid by Twitch until the middle of this month. It's only the 5th, so I have to wait at a minimum 10 more days, if not longer, to get paid by Twitch. I have no money. I paid all my bills that I needed to pay that were the super important ones early this month, including my mortgage and everything, and I am completely tapped out. This sucks ass. Because I actually had some plans for things, and now I've had to cancel them. This really, you know, it's not fun. It's not a fun thing. What's really sucks about this is I know for a fact that I still have at least 3 major important bills coming up between now and the time that I get paid by Twitch that I need to pay. One of them is a loan that I still owe for about 2 more years. One of them is my friggin' condo association dues. If I don't pay those, I'm kind of in trouble. And then I believe, if I remember correctly, there's 1 to 2 credit cards I need to pay, which isn't that big of a deal. If those don't get paid on time, I could just pay them later. That's not a big deal. But essentially, I'm screwed right now because I have no money. And before everyone freaks out and says, oh my God, where did all Phil's money go? It paid bills. So what you guys seem to understand is that this year, as I've said many times, YouTube ad revenue is insanely bad. This is the worst year ever for YouTube for me. I've always had YouTube as a consistent way to make money. And this year, it's essentially going away. Like, every month, I'm seeing a decline on what I'm making on YouTube. And it's horrible. And there's nothing I can do about it. I'm putting out the same videos I always did. I'm getting the same kind of views I always did. But the YouTube ad revenue is getting worse and worse and worse. Now, like I said, things on Twitch are good, but they really haven't picked up enough to account for the fact that the YouTube stuff has dipped so much. All right? This is just me being honest. So, essentially, what I need from you guys is some help in regards to tips. All right? Now, understand there's many ways that you can contribute. And some of those, for example, are Patreon at patreon.com/DarkSidePhil, or buying something from my Teespring store. All right? Or, all these things are all those things that I mention all the time, they're a way to help out. Okay? But cheering and subbing is great. All right, you guys have been doing a lot of that recently, and I'm really appreciative of that. That's going to help when I get paid by Twitch. But right now, for the next 10 days, I'm screwed over. I have no money, and I have bills I need to pay. So the best way you can help me right now is by tipping me, okay? Tipping me, I swear to you, 100% of those funds is going towards paying my bills for the next 10 days and keeping stuff going around here. Because right now, being very frank, I'm very nervous about things not getting paid, falling behind. Like, I'll be honest, for about a month, I was really good. And now it seems like we're going to get back to the position where I'm behind on everything again, which is not good. Especially now, the worst part about this is that we're heading into the hardcore gaming season. And there's a lot of games people want to see me play, like Astral Chain, that I didn't play. I skipped out on it. There's a game like Borderlands 3 coming up that I'm on the fence about, but people are like, man, it's one of the biggest releases. You really should play it. And these are games that I'm now like, if I can't afford them, I can't afford them, right? So, we're in a situation where either people are going to have to, gift me games via the Amazon wish list, send me, like, credit on PSN to buy the games, or I can't play them. I'm just being honest with all of you guys. And, not that there's nothing to play, because, for example, if you guys aren't aware, there was a big announcement yesterday during the Nintendo Direct press conference. They're got 10 new I think it's 20 or something, SNES games, classic SNES games, that are now being made available on the Switch for free if you're a Nintendo Online subscriber, which I am. Those are games that I could play, during downtime when I can't afford other games or whatever. So it's not that, don't worry, I'm never going to be like, oh my God, I ran out of content for streams, I can't afford to even play something on a stream. That's not the case. I'll always have something to play, but, I'm in a situation where things are so shitty financially that I'm worried about all the new releases coming out. Will I even be able to afford the ones that people want to see and stuff? I don't know. This is bad, all right? So, if you want to help out, okay, guys, please tip me. Tipping me is going to help me. Anything you tip during the next 2 weeks is going to help me get towards until I get paid by Twitch, which hopefully will alleviate some of this. And as you guys can see, what I've done is I've implemented a tips goal that I'm going to have on every stream. All right, every stream is going to have a tips goal to try to raise during that stream. And essentially, if I can raise that tips goal during every stream, things are going to be a lot better, and I'm probably going to be in a good position. Problem is, it's not very realistic to expect that every single stream that I do is going to hit, a tips goal like that. And I know that, all right? I'm not saying that I expect anything like that from any of you guys. I'm not. I'm really not. I just know that when you put it up there, it helps motivate people to contribute. And I really need the help right now, because I'm very nervous about what's going to happen, if I can't pay anything in the next couple of weeks. All right, guys? So, there's a tips goal at the top of the screen. Please, if you guys contribute via tips today, it helps, obviously, to hit that goal. I hope that we can at least raise something today. Anything that you guys, contribute, going right to my bank account to pay bills in the next 2 weeks. Fair enough? All right, guys? Excuse me. All right. So, let's talk. If you cheer, sub, or tip during today's stream, I will give you a verbal shout-out. If you're the top cheerer or top tipper of the day, I will put you up on the leaderboard, all right, as a way to say thank you. I'm trying to raise a tips goal every stream. Please, if you can, that's the preferred method of contribution. There's 2 ways that you can tip me. Below the stream, there's a tips jar button you can click, or you can type !tip into the stream chat to bring up the link to go to the PayPal tips page. If you're going to tip me and you're afraid of using your real name, you can make one up, or you can be anonymous, so don't worry about that. And in addition to that, you don't need a PayPal account to tip. I will say that again because people like to troll about this. You don't need a PayPal account to tip. You can just use a debit or credit card. You don't even have to make an account, which a lot of people think is a detriment. Man, I hate having to make an account, register, and everything to do it. You don't. You can just use a credit or debit card and send a tip without having to do all that. There's a button for it right there on the PayPal tips page, okay? Fair enough, everyone? Now, the one final thing I'll say before we head on to the final segment of the pre-stream, please understand that none of these contributions are mandatory. I'm happy that you guys just come by to my streams and hang out with me and have fun. You know, I'm here typically 6 days a week full-time streaming for you. I absolutely love my job. It's the best thing I've ever done in my life when it comes to work. It's really my hobby more than my job because I love video games. I love entertaining you guys. I love hanging out with you guys. It really is a fun, organic, interactive experience that I wouldn't give it up for the world. It's so much better doing this now than when I used to do the offline videos for YouTube, okay? So thank you. Thank you for even caring. Thanks to everyone who comes by and hangs out with me on a daily basis. It's a really damned awesome thing. And understand that if you cannot contribute, it's okay. All right? It's not expected that every single person that comes by the stream contributes anything. But for those of you that can, thank you very much, and please do. In particular with tips right now, I need the help, as soon as possible. Thank you to anyone even considering it. Okay, guys? Fair enough? All right. Fair enough. And Gorgeous George says, I don't have debit or credit cards. I use prepaid cards because I had too much stolen. Guess what, Gorgeous George? Prepaid cards work too. Everything works. I'm telling you. All right? So there you go. Thank you very much for that. Anyone even considering contributing. We good? All right. Let's now move on to the final shout-outs segment. Okay? The shout-out segment, everybody. All right, so continuing on. Thank you to the following people who have contributed. I appreciate it very much, and let's give a shout-out to those. First of all, Maya the Bees, resubscribed for 12 months. That's right, a full year of support overnight. Thank you very much, Maya the Bees, for the 1 year of support. That earns you your chat crown badge that has golden crown, encrusted, not crusted, encrusted with rubies and emeralds. Congratulations, Maya. Hopefully we'll see you sometime soon. I know you did that overnight. The Last Rambo did a 50-bit cheer. He says, did you see the Nintendo Direct today? Many nice things were shown, and Terry Bogart's coming to Smash Ultimate. Apparently the Nintendo Direct was, like, insanely chock full of announcements. So first of all, yeah, Terry Bogard is the new character in Smash, as well as Sans from Undertale is going to be a skin for the Wii, one of the Wii characters in there. I don't really care about Smash, so that's like not an announcement for me. I don't give a shit. Deadly Premonition is getting a sequel. Deadly Premonition 2 is coming exclusively to the Nintendo Switch in 2020. What the where did that come from? Like, what the heck? I don't think anyone expected to get an announcement like that, but that's a pretty crazy one, huh? So yeah, pretty nuts. Nintendo Switch exclusive Deadly Premonition 2, and then also Deadly Premonition 1 is apparently getting a remaster, and apparently it's out now on Switch, I think. That's what they were saying. I think that's available digitally, like, right now. Now, Deadly Premonition 1 was a very quirky, weird game that had a lot of connections to things such as Twin Peaks and other, like, mystery-style games, like Alan Wake. It was insanely zany, off the wall, and it was absolutely hilarious. Okay? But it also ran like crap. I remember on the PS3 that I played it on, it had a lot of issues with graphics and crashing and stuff. I still enjoyed the hell out of the game, and some people say that it's one of the better playthroughs I've ever done. But some people are saying, will I replay it? I don't know. Maybe I will. If you guys really would want to see me replay the game, maybe I would consider it. But it's probably not going to be anytime soon because of the busy gaming season we're in. But I guess we'll see. All right, we shall see what happens. But I'm definitely excited for Deadly Premonition 2, okay? So apparently there's a lot of information about the new Pokemon coming out, showing off some of the new Pokemon, and Animal Crossing, which is coming out in 2020. There's some information about that, which is kind of cool. There was something else that was big as well, and I can't remember what the hell it was, but there was like one other really big announcement that people were excited for and wanted me to know about, and I can't now. I'm having a brain fart. I can't remember what the hell it was. So, well, you know, definitely interested in Deadly Premonition 2. All right, good. It's good news, and Oh, I remember. It was the 20 SNES games. That's right. So for people who are subscribers to the Nintendo online service, you get 10 SNES games now unlocked on your Switch as of today, I believe it was. And that's really cool because these are some of the best SNES games there are, like Super Mario World and Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island, Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, excuse me, Legend of Zelda Link to the Past, excuse me. I screwed that one up. Star Fox, among others. Like, I think Breath of Fire's in there, the original Breath of Fire. So some really good SNES games. And that's great news. You know, for those who already have the Nintendo Switch, you get free games, right? And so I'm considering maybe doing one of those as a playthrough, as to mix in with other stuff, and maybe even as a chill playthrough. It's pretty neat. All right. Yeah, that's right. They're also going to start selling wireless SNES controllers for the Switch, which I've told you guys many times over the years. I feel the SNES controller was the best gaming controller ever created. Super lightweight, super responsive, tons of buttons. The only problem with the controller was that the shoulder buttons, if you push them too hard over time, they would tend to wear out and break. You know, after you kind of figure that out, you realize you don't push them super hard, and then it's really not an issue. But yeah, no, that's cool, and I may actually be looking into and playing maybe some of those SNES games in the near future. We'll see. Okay? All right. Continuing on here, The Real Spoonie resubscribed for 15 months. He says 15 months of what? Let me try this again. 15 months of content. Figure it out, little bruises. I don't know what the fuck that means, but thank you, Real Spoonie, for 15 months of support. I appreciate that, man. Wait, how do you say your name? Newe3 Hype? How do you say your name, dude? It's Newe3 Hype. Is it Newe3 Hype? Newe3 Hype. I think that's how you say his name. Okay. Newe3 Hype did a 245-bit cheer. It says, Deadly Premonition 2 just got announced for the Switch exclusively on 2020. Anyway, you're replaying the first one, as that's one of your best playthroughs ever. I literally just explained this. Yes, maybe. We'll see. I might replay the first one. I'm definitely interested in the second one. Absolutely. You know, this new game coming out of nowhere. And I don't think anyone ever expected there would be a Deadly Premonition 2 ever. So this is kind of a neat thing. So there you go. All right, let's get you up on the leaderboard. 245 hits, the biggest cheer of the day. Thank you very much. Newe3 Hype. I appreciate that. Your boy Bob did a 100-bit cheer. And he said, hole in one. Thank you very much, your boy Bob. By the way, I should remind everyone, for the next 3 weeks, there's a promotion running on Twitch. It's called September. 2 benefits of this promotion. Number 1, if you've never subscribed to a channel before, half-price subs. All right, so usually they're $5. Now they're $2.50 for a subscription. Number 2, if you cheer, please use the cheer mode Subway. If you use it, you will gift 10% bonus bits to the streamer. You will not have to spend the bits. They're free. All right, so it makes absolute sense if you support a streamer and you're cheering to help them out that you use the Subway cheer mode to give them the 10% bonus bits. So please remember, I already see some people today, they did not do so on the pre-stream. So please remember, use the Subway cheer mode, okay? Sounds good? All right, so thank you, your boy Bob, for the cheer. Golden Silence resubscribed for 19 months. Thank you very much, Golden Silence, for 19 months of ongoing support. That is much appreciated. Thank you, thank you. Knows Nobody did a 100-bit cheer and said, hey, Phil, can't wait for your Gears 5 premiere stream. Me too. And like I said, now that we've settled in on it's going to be Saturday, all day Saturday, I'll be playing Gears. I'll be doing the campaign first stream, multiplayer second stream. I'm actually hyped for it now to try out Gears all day Saturday. I'm glad we finally figured out the whole streaming situation with the confusion about, number one, if I was even going to be able to stream tonight, and number two, I was streaming, so that's good, all right? Excellent. I'm excited, too. 289 Hippo cheered and said, I got called an asshole for bringing up a mute button. It's like you want to push people away from tipping you. Why not listen to people to make the stream experience better? Because I explained why. Because the thing you want me to mute is not something that happens all the time. It's not something that happens planned out where I can, oh, I feel like I'm going to burp all of a sudden. Let me reach over and hit that mute button while I burp. Oh, all of a sudden, you know, I got a disgusting drip into my nasal cavity, and I need to quickly clear that out with a quick snort, and then we can move on. Let me mute that. Yeah, I'm planning this out so that I can have these crazy reactions where I can mute it. Or how about this? You grow up, and you stop complaining about things that are 2 seconds out of a 6-hour stream, which is what I said yesterday. Yeah, when you sit here and you whine about something that's such a minute thing on a stream, you are a whiny asshole. And I will say it again, you're a whiny asshole. I call things out as I see it. Oh no, if that means you're not going to tip me because you're being a whiny asshole on my stream, then so be it. Sorry that I'm an honest guy, and this is what people like me for. People like me because I'm honest. Not because I'm some kind of a pushover who has to suck everyone's nuts constantly to get their approval or attention. The bottom line is, if you're being whiny, I'm going to call you out on it. So there. No nut sucking for you, bro. Maybe you were expecting to get your nuts sucked on stream today. No nut sucking. I'm sorry. No nut sucking on my streams. It's not allowed. All right. So let's continue on. Two Bar King did 100. I mean, what did he think was going to happen? He literally, like, cheered to basically complain again 2 days in a row. What did he think was going to happen? Did he think I was going to, like, kiss his butt or something? I don't know. I think the guy was just asking for it. He wanted that reaction, I bet. All right. Two Bar King did a 100-bit cheer. Thank you very much, Two Bar King, for that 100-bit cheer. I appreciate it. Der Duschen, or Duschhund. Actually, it's Deutsch, right? Der Deutschhund. Just tipped me $50. Thank you very much for that tip. That is going to help me out tremendously, and I promise you that's going straight to bills today. Okay? So, Der Deutschhund says, Ich liebe dich, mein Freund. Good Lord. And he says, Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition was announced for the Switch. It's coming next year. I remember 7 years ago, you were playing the original version on the Wii, but you stopped playing it prematurely. Well, this is funny. I remember this. I actually remember this. And here's why I remember it. Because 7 years ago was a lot different than things are now. Okay, 2012, I was still a full-time YouTuber. All right. And I was not live streaming. I wasn't even doing direct capture at that point. All right. And I was still essentially known as the guy on YouTube who gets a game at launch, okay, and plays the hell out of it, and typically completes the game pretty quickly. Okay, like, I was known as the guy, I'll buy the game on release day, I will beat that game within a few days, and have that full playthrough up on YouTube. So if you wanted to see the hot new release played really quickly, right away by someone who had funny commentary, you would come and watch me do it. I was the go-to guy for that stuff, okay? Not like today. Today, it's all about having fun, chill, interactive streams, and yes, I still play new releases, but in a lot of cases, I'm not in a giant rush to finish the new release. I take my time, especially if it's a game that does side content and the like. I don't rush through it. You know, I'll take my time with it and enjoy it. All right. So, for example, a game like Xenoblade Chronicles, today, if I were to play it, probably would be a more enjoyable experience because I would do it as a chill stream. This would be a game that I'd play maybe twice a week, late nights for a couple hours, and so maybe over the course of, say, 2.5, 3 months, we play it as a slow grind playthrough. It's relaxing, it's fun, not too stressful, no rush to finish it. No one's crazy about seeing the ending right away, and we can have a good time with it. Think Judgment. That's literally how I would play an RPG like this, is play it just like I just played Judgment. All right. But back then, it wasn't like that. Back then, people were absolutely demanding. We want it right away. We want everything, you know, immediately. I want to see Phil finish this game. He better finish it right away, you know, because this is what we want. And I'm not saying that that was a bad thing, but it put a lot of pressure on me in particular. And especially when I was playing a game like Xenoblade Chronicles, where it was not a game that was bringing in a mainstream audience. It wasn't. My views, I remember, on it were, like, really low compared to everything else that I was doing. And in particular, I was getting a ton of complaints from my mainstream audience for 2 reasons. First of all, for those who had checked out the playthrough but didn't like it, they were all complaining, man, that game's so boring, and you're spending so much time grinding and everything in it. We wish you would spend time, just drop it. All right, and other people were like, man, I wish Phil we were playing other games. There's so many other games Phil could be playing, and instead he's spending a ridiculous amount of time on this JRPG that we don't really like, okay? And it was funny because I was enjoying it to a point, but then I felt like when I got to this certain point in the story that it did start to, like, get really dragging on, and it was, like, drawn out, and I was like, you know, what am I going to do? And eventually, basically what happened was I just listened to the people who were complaining. And I said, well, if you guys just really aren't too engaged in this playthrough and you want to see me do other stuff, I'll just do other stuff. And I'll be honest, some people were very disappointed and were like, oh, man, you know, we like your JRPG playthroughs and it sucks that now you're not going to finish this one. And some people, like, jumped for joy and they were like, hallelujah, that I wasn't playing the game anymore and I moved on and did other stuff instead. Okay? So you're absolutely right, Der Deutschland. This was a game that back in the day I did not finish at an era when most of the time I would finish the games that I started. People gave me flack for it. Oh, it's just another unfinished game. When in reality, I don't understand why people held me to this weird standard of having to finish every game I ever played to begin with. It doesn't make any sense. But yeah, you know, that's how people treat me. I don't know what else to say. So in that regard, would I ever, like, go back and play it because it's being remastered? I don't know. The thing is, right now, there's a lot of RPGs people seem to want me to play. I didn't play Octopath Traveler last year, and I took a lot of flack for that, and people still want to see me play it. Final Fantasy VIII just got a remaster that apparently just got released. Apparently, it's terrible, by the way. People are saying it's really bad. It's just as bad as Final Fantasy IX is on PS4. Like, it runs like shit, and that it's basically just a cash grab. But some people are saying they want to see me play Final Fantasy VIII. Now, well, you know, Xenoblade Chronicles is getting a remaster. You're going to play that. But out of all these games, probably the one that I want to play before anything else, alright, is Final Fantasy VI. This is a game that's my favorite. I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's my favorite RPG of all time. Reason I'm going to say that is because now that I haven't played it for a long time, I'm craving it. And that's the sign of a game that you really like. Like, when you don't play a game for a while and now all of a sudden you crave playing it, that means definitely that deep down it's one of your favorites ever. And I've been feeling that with Final Fantasy VI, because this was a game that I used to play every few years. Like, I would, like, every 3-4 years, oh man, I want to play it. And I would play whatever the newest version of it was. It was a Super NES, then it was on PS1, then I played it emulated on PC, then it was on the Game Boy Advance. I think at one point it was on the Nintendo 3DS. See, and now, the last time I played it was, what was it, 6-7 years ago? I think people were saying it was 2012. So 7 years ago, I played Final Fantasy VI, and that was before Direct Capture and everything. And don't get me wrong, I really enjoyed playing it. It was a completionist run where I did, like, all the side content and everything for it. But it's now been so damn long since I played it, I'm craving it again. Like, I want to play it again so badly. So I'm thinking I probably should. And so I'm thinking if I'm going to do a long, drawn-out JRPG, that will be the next one I do. And then maybe once I get that craving, you know, satisfied, then we can look into, okay, what's the next JRPG that Phil's going to play? And it could be anything. There's so many options right now. I mean, Lost Odyssey was another one that's on my list of games that I'm dying to play. So there you go. Awful Waffle says, when you replay it, can you use characters you normally wouldn't? Well, here's the thing. My favorite characters in that game, I would say, are Edward, Sabin, Terra, and at some point Cian is really good. I don't know if you say Cyan or Cian. I still don't know how to pronounce his name. He's pretty good. Some characters I almost never use is like Gao or Gaw, however you say his name. Again, I don't know how to pronounce these names. I never heard anyone speak them. I've only read them. I almost never use him. I almost never use Locke, because Locke really doesn't have a lot of good stuff till later in the game when he can attack and steal at the same time. Celeste, she's okay. She actually gets better over time in the game, but Terra's basically like a better version of her. So I usually don't use her that much. Shadow, surprisingly, I really liked Shadow as a character as a kid, but he's not very good. The only thing he's good at is throwing shuriken. Everything else he sucks. But if you have shuriken, he's actually pretty good and pretty damaging, but he's only limited. You don't get to use him too much in the game. Until the end of the game, okay? Oh, man. But yeah, anyway. Oh, yeah, that's true. Umaro, yeah, he's terrible. Umaro's terrible because you can't control him. But later on in the game, you get 2 items that you can equip on him that allow him to have really good damage. Basically, what it does is it puts him, like, double damage, and he just, like, charges into enemies and does giant damage. So once you get that ability, he's pretty good. Go-Go, another late-game character. Go-Go's good if you use it correctly. You have to mimic the most powerful ability. So if Terra does Ultima, you use Go-Go to mimic Ultima immediately after to do, like, double damage. So, but anyway, I digress. Yeah, I may play Final Fantasy VI near in the future, and then, after that, maybe I'll consider doing another JRPG. Okay? There you go. But anyway, thank you very much for that $50 tip. That is super duper helpful, and it's very appreciated. Thank you very much to Der Deutschund. Alec Haloka tipped me $1 and says, what's your worst playthrough? Why is it Knack 2? I don't think Knack 2 is my worst playthrough. I would say my worst playthroughs are sadly either games that I just didn't like or games that just weren't very good. And so they weren't very entertaining to watch. Like, and I don't mean, oh, it's a bad game with a lot of glitches, because a game with a lot of glitches typically is funny to watch. Some games are just fucking boring. You know, just a grind, a boring fucking grind, and just nothing interesting to really even speak of in the game. But what do you guys think? All right, let's ask everyone in the stream chat. What would you guys say are some of the worst playthroughs that I ever did? What do you guys think? See, I just see Shopping Curves as Conduit 2, and even though I agree Conduit 2 is an awful game, I actually think it's funny to watch because the end of the game is so bad that it's hilarious to watch me struggle and try to beat it. Oh man, here we go. Amy, Scarface, Catherine, Skate 2, Metal Gear, Life is Strange 2, Metal Gear Solid 1, Crash Team Racing, Yakuza 0, the Wet playthrough. Man, now that's fucking old. That shit is old. Awful Waffle says Life is Strange 2 is a terrible game, but my commentary actually makes it hilarious. So there you go. Alright, well, interesting. I should play Suikoden 2. I agree, Burp Lover. I like Suikoden 1 and 2. I think are really great games. I played both, and I actually got 100% recruitment on both back in the day. A long time ago. Okay, anyway, continuing on. Spawn Killer tipped me $1 and says, thought about replaying Infamous 1 or Fallout New Vegas. So you know what's funny? You just brought up Infamous 1. I was thinking about this the other day because we were playing Control. And a lot of the abilities in Control, the ability to telekinetically grab an item and throw said item, people were comparing Control in a lot of ways to Infamous and saying, you know, this game is kind of a lot like Infamous in a few ways. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I just thought, why did they never remaster Infamous? Because all these game franchises now, they're remastering, right? Infamous is a trilogy of games. Infamous 1 and 2, and if you guys remember, there was the expansion for Infamous 2, something of blood. It was when you become a vampire. It was a what-if scenario. And I'm like, I wonder why they never remastered Infamous 1 and 2 and then ended up selling them as like a collection along with Infamous Second Son, because I think people would buy it, right? I'm curious why that never happened, because they were very popular games back in the day, and of course they're done now. Those franchises are over with, but very odd that they never continued on with it. or that they never remastered it. So, but anyway, yeah, Infamous 1, would I ever consider replaying it? Maybe. You know, it's been quite a long time since I played it. So I would say that's a strong maybe. Not a guaranteed yes, but that's a strong maybe. I don't know if there were a reason to replay it. Like, let's say, for example, out of nowhere they announced Infamous 3 or Infamous 4 or whatever they want to call it. Then maybe I'd replay Infamous 1. Okay? As for Fallout New Vegas, that's a playthrough that I played the game when it was new. And then later on, years later, I replayed it again. Okay? So I don't know necessarily if I would play it a third time. Maybe somewhere down the road. But the thing is, The Outer Worlds is the new game from Obsidian Entertainment, the company that made Fallout New Vegas. And that game is coming out later this year in October. And I'm very excited to check this out, because it's a brand new IP. They're able to do with it whatever they want. And essentially people are saying it's going to play exactly like Fallout New Vegas. And that's cool to me, because I love Fallout New Vegas. So let's see how that goes next month in October, okay? The Lower End Theory did 100-bit cheer and said, sub biddies. Thank you very much, Lower End Theory, for the cheer and using the Subway cheer mode. Last Rambo just cheered, so what do you think of the nominated retrospective videos so far? I'll be honest with you, Last Rambo, I haven't had much of a chance to look. I just saw that some people had posted up some. I didn't go over there to check to see what's there in like a few days, so I don't even know what's over there right now. I will probably give it a look over the weekend and see what's over there, and then maybe I'll be able to answer you. But right now, I don't even know what's over there, so. Kate just did a 100-bit cheer and says, why is Twitch partnering with Subway? It's random and odd. I don't know. Maybe it's because it's September. They've done September before, and a lot of people joked about, oh, sub, like Subway subs. So maybe they just thought it would be an interesting thing to team up with Subway. And maybe Subway thinks, honestly, they need some positive promotion, considering the fact that the last 5 years have not been very good for them. Let's think about the news about Subway. Their spokesperson, Jared Fogle, is convicted on, you know, pedophilia and you know, all kinds of crazy charges in that regard. Then the news comes out that Subway's been using rubber byproducts and rubber ingredients in their bread. Yes, I didn't make that up. That's 100% a true story that a lot of people have forgotten about. They found out that the same ingredient that goes into making yoga mats was in Subway's bread. Because I guess what it was a way to preserve the bread and make it last longer. So when this was found out and the story hit, Subway immediately realized they fucked up and took that ingredient out of their bread. But they had to be a big expose story about it to get them to realize they shouldn't put rubber byproducts into their fucking bread. Okay? So this is just a few of the things that have happened in the past few years regarding Subway. So I get the feeling Subway felt that maybe they needed a little bit of positive press, and teaming up with a streaming website, the biggest gaming streaming website on the internet, and doing some cool promotions like having the bonus bits, as well as coming in and randomly gifting subs out to various channels, that maybe this would give them some positive stuff, positive promotion, and that's probably why they're doing it. Alright? So there you go, Kate. Awful Waffle cheered and said Final Fantasy VI height. Indeed. I love Final Fantasy VI, as I said. At this point, I'm not afraid to say it's my favorite JRPG of all time. It is. At this point, I've definitively decided it is. And I actually want to play it again soon. So. Yeah, that is correct, Gorgeous George. He says Subway was not the only company. It was like Smucker's Uncrustables and a few other things had this rubber byproduct in it too. You're right. And this expose that came out in the news basically exposed all these companies, saying, why the fuck are you doing this just to basically save a few cents? Because that's all it was. I guess the reason it was in there was because it made the food retain its shape and last longer. So essentially, we want to sell you old crusty fucking bread that's stale as fuck. And, you know, because of that, we want to put rubber in it to make it last longer. It's like, dude, how about you just sell us fresh bread and stop fucking being a bunch of cheapskate motherfuckers, right? That's the truth of the matter. So, yeah, so you're right. It wasn't just Subway. Fair enough. It's not fair to say it was just Subway. There were other companies that were implicated in doing it as well. But yeah, now those companies have basically changed their stuff so they don't do it anymore. Vote Democrat resubbed for 8 months. Thank you, Vote Democrat, for the 8-month resub. I appreciate that. Knows Nobody at 100-bit cheers says you're the best YouTube creator and Twitch streamer in my opinion, big ups. Thank you very much, Knows Nobody, for that. What I'd like to do very briefly is go through the top cheers of the week. All right, guys, since I'm not going to be here tomorrow, I want to give them some recognition today. Here we go. So shout out to the following. K. Diaz, who's the 10th highest cheer of the week. Babyman Gaming's in 9th. Retro Jim is in 8th. There's actually a tie for 6th between Vash and Nihilistic Goldfish. 5th place goes to Golden Colts. 4th place, The Last Rambo. 3rd place, Silas Darko. 2nd place, Infinite. And 1st place, Orcs Are Dorks 7. So thank all of you for your cheering contributions so far this week. I appreciate that very much. Excuse me. One final reminder before we jump into Control. Please, guys, if you can today, if you're going to contribute, please tip me. Tips I need really badly right now. I am completely strapped for cash. Any tips you lend me are going to go straight to paying bills until I get paid by Twitch in about 10 days. And, you know, I need to find a way to keep going for 10 days. So please consider tipping me if you can. There's 2 ways you can tip. Below the stream, there's a tips jar button. Or you can type !tip into the stream chat. All right? And you don't need a PayPal account to tip me. You can tip just using a debit or credit card. Please consider doing so if at all you can. I really need the help right now. Okay, guys? All right, so... excuse me. Contributions have calmed down a bit here. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to start with gameplay. How does that sound? Would you guys like some fun gameplay of Control? Is that what you've been waiting for this whole time? I think it has been. Okay. Fair enough. Hold on a second. My email just... that's nothing important. It's nothing too important. Okay. Excuse me. All right. Shout out to Uzi Gohard, who did a 50-bit cheer. So wait a minute. I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Moeezy. He gifted me a 5,000 penne points, and I really appreciate it. Penne points, man. People are gonna be talking about penne points constantly once I turn the system on, aren't they? It's gonna be all about the penne. It's all about the penne, baby. It's all about the penne, baby. All right. So anyway, thank you, Hank. Hank just sent me $10. He's all ready for Control. What's the tip goal for? Well, Hank, I was explaining on pre-stream. Things aren't going so well for me right now. Essentially, I have 10 days to go before I get paid by Twitch, and I am strapped for cash. I have no money. A bunch of my bills just cleared, and I'm out. And so, number one, being able to afford games coming up, and number two, just being able to pay bills. I'm pretty screwed until I get paid by Twitch. So, the tips goal is just a way to try to incentivize and make it, make people to... maybe tip a little bit more rather than the other methods of contribution. So hopefully, the next 10 days or so, things work out and, I can get through this tough time. It's that simple. Kate just cheered and said, shout out to That Anonymous. I wanted to use this cheer to cheer him up. All right, Kate, thank you very much. Thank you for the cheer, and I hope that cheers him up too for the shout out. All right. All right, guys, that is it. Let's go ahead and end. Wow. Excuse me. I almost got through the pre-stream without burping. Almost. It came out of nowhere. Okay. Thank you guys for a supportive pre-stream. Let's end the pre-stream. Let's jump back into Control. Like I said, I just got the levitate ability, which means I should be able to do some side content that I couldn't do earlier. And then we're going to continue on with the story. Okay, guys? All right. Let's do this right now.